Good day and welcome to another edition of Citizens Movement Radio News. Today is Friday, 20 February 2026. I'm Bernard Stile, ready to bring you the latest news and updates. Here are today's headlines on Citizens Movement Radio News. Advocate Chamisa said Mr. Mnangagwa must honor his word on constitutionalism. Ziambe criticized over referendum remarks on Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3. Fozeo calls for 2-day working week in protest against amendment bill. Now let's get into the detailed stories. Citizens President Advocate Nelson Chamisa has questioned Mr. Mnangagwa's integrity after he described himself as a constitutionalist who does not wish to extend his term in office, while at the same time backing the constitutional amendment bill which could pave way for such an extension. In a direct message to Mr. Mnangagwa, Advocate Chamisa asked why he appeared to fear the will of the people by allegedly attempting to avoid elections. He urged Mr. Mnangagwa to restrain those campaigning for his term extension and to halt what he described as efforts to mutilate the constitution. We spoke to Advocate Chamisa's supporter, Tony Shava, to get his reaction.
Tony Shawa here. Well, that question that has been asked by our President Advocate Nelson Chamisa is quite a very valid question, especially knowing that it is on record that the President said categorically that he is a constitutionalist and is not going to seek the extension of his 10-year presidential term period. But we see that his supporters, they are pushing forward, and he has allowed them since they started with this message of 2030 agenda. They've been campaigning, they've been running around, and now they are amending the constitution. We don't know where the president is standing at, in this political current political juncture. We see that he is supporting it, and there is a cabinet meeting that was set by the ministers and him being the chairperson, and he allowed this to be on the agenda, though he was claiming that he is a constitutionalist. I don't know why he failed to persuade those who are persuading him that they don't persuade him to pursue the 2030 agenda. It seems like the persuaders have been successful in persuading our president. But rather, maybe that is not quite true, but it shows us the hypocrisy that is behind ZANU-PF and its leadership. There is hypocrisy, that's deception, because they lied to us, and now their true colors are coming out. And it's very unfortunate that most Zimbabweans, they don't understand this. They just continue to support that kind of a party that lies to its people. We see that people are suffering, they are leaving the country every day, looking for greener pastures. People are being harassed in other countries. They are being harassed crossing borders without proper documentation. They are being harassed in their workplaces without proper documentation. Why? Because the country has failed, the government has failed its own people. So it's quite unfortunate, and we as the Zimbabweans, we must stand up in one voice and say no to the constitutional amendment that is being dictated to us as a people. We must say no to that, and this is no time for division. I urge all the political leaders, all the civic leaders, and all the ordinary Zimbabweans to just join hands, because this is a catastrophe in our country, especially knowing the situation that is in the country at the moment. There are no medications in hospitals. The infrastructure has fallen down everywhere. Here and there we see things that they're doing, but let's look at people's pockets. Let's look at their bank accounts. Let's look at their daily life as they live in their locations, in their places. Then you see that the country is poor. The nation is suffering. So there is need for a change of leadership. Thank you.
Minister Ziambe is facing criticism from opposition figures after stating that there is no need for a referendum on the Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3. In a recent statement, he said the proposed amendments are not about altering term limits, but rather about adjusting the election cycle. His remarks appear to contradict ZANU-PF spokesperson Chris Mutsvangwa, who previously said the ruling party would win a referendum on the amendment if one were called by citizens. We spoke to Defend the Constitution platform leader Prince Dubeko Sibanda for his response.
So, Palmer, I have taken time to listen to Ziambi's speech, more specifically the one that was posted on the YouTube of ZTN channel. So I took time to look at it. I looked at it and listened to it not once, not twice, but more than 4 times, trying to understand what Ziambi was saying. If I got him correctly, then he says that number one, that amendment number 3 transcends narrow confines of partisan agendas. So in other ways, he says it is acceptable across. So it doesn't fit into that narrow definition of being from this political party or from this tribe or so. And then if I also heard him correctly, that this bill seeks to undertake institutional reforms that are robust, transformative, and oriented towards future generations. He also says it seeks to cure governance impediments that have afflicted Zimbabwe for over 3 decades. And then he says, in recognition of judicial precedents, which he doesn't mention, we are not so sure of which judicial precedents he talks about. He also talks about societal aspirations and what is happening across Africa. But there is one thing that Ziambi forgets. He forgets that all these issues that he has listed as necessitating the amendment of the Constitution, if they are indeed meant to benefit the people, they have to come from the people. They cannot come from narrow interests. It cannot come from those narrow partisan sources, then to come and regulate how we want to behave. It is something that is supposed to be agreed upon by the rest of Zimbabweans. They might have good intentions, but as long as those intentions are not subjected to the scrutiny of the majority, those intentions will always remain suspicious. And if indeed they don't have anything to hide, let them bring it into the open. Let them call for a referendum. Let the Zimbabweans decide. If indeed this is a constitutional moment for Zimbabwe, there are a lot of issues that Zimbabweans really might have wanted the constitution to be amended along. But because amendments of constitutions are done in boardrooms and bedrooms, it becomes difficult for the rest of the majority of the country. So, and unfortunately, Ziambi, when you look at his bio on Google, you realize that he's a medical laboratory scientist. That is his qualification. And therefore, that's why he was reading whatever was written by Professor Jonathan Moyo on camera to appear as if it is legal. There's nothing that is legal about what he's saying. The law is clear, and the law has been articulated before by the highest court of this land, and that is the Constitutional Court. That Section 95, subsection 2B, is a term limit. Is a term limit provision. So there is nothing that can persuade that legal position, because that's what the law says, and it was unpacked. It has been unpacked, and it is continuously being unpacked. So yes, so Ziambi, forgive him. He is not a lawyer. He is a medical laboratory scientist, so his interpretation of the Constitution is that of a medical laboratory scientist.
The Umbrella Teachers Union Federation of Zimbabwe Educators Union for ZEU has announced a 2-day working week for teachers starting Monday, 23 February 2026. The union says the move is a protest against the Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3, which it argues will prolong teachers' hardships. For ZEU maintains that the government has failed to raise salaries to a living wage since 2017, When Mr. Mnangagwa came into power through a coup, in a statement, the union demanded a salary increase to US $1,260 and called for a referendum on the Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3. As calls grow louder to stop the controversial Constitutional Amendments Bill, the government is now shown it is in panic mode after the police told youth leaders in the Defend the Constitution platform in Bulawayo that they cannot hold the meeting that was scheduled for Sunday at the Four Winds Center on Moffat Road in Bulawayo. The police said the meeting did not comply with the Maintenance and Order Act. We spoke to DCP's youth leader for Bulawayo, Kigen Mathe, who had organized the meeting, to hear his thoughts on the ban and the way forward.
Thank you very much, Citizens Movement Radio. Our position as the Defend the Constitution platform, Youth of Bulawayo, is very unambiguous. We are supposed to convene and gather, sensitize other young people and conscientize them accordingly from an informed position. And that position can only happen when we gather as youth. So the reason why we've been rejected, why the reason why our intended gathering has been dismissed by the Zimbabwe Republic Police is not by any way something new, which is something that we had expected. But we are going to, however, seek a remedy through a court interdict upon this matter, because it has been a dark cloud that has been veiling the discourse of Zimbabwean politics amid this constitution debauchery by the former liberation movement of ZANU-PF. So we are going to engage the court. We are going to equally clear arrangements that this meeting should proceed, because it is all geared up and all forces are braced for a gathering on the 22nd of February, as we mobilize our forces and denounce the intended extension of the presidential term by ZANU-PF. So this is what is going to inform our trajectory in the next 24 hours, because we intend to gather, we intend to proceed with our meeting as scheduled. Thank you very much for having us today.
Zimbabwe National Students Union, ZINASU, President Libert Amauswa said the union is prepared to take radical action against the Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3. He indicated that the action will be visible both on university campuses and in the streets. Writing on social media, he urged students to mobilize and educate citizens on the potential impact of the bill if it becomes law. Let's hear him speaking.
Revolutionary greetings to suffering masses of our people. Mamuka say wabereki linjani salibonani starangu ndinonzi Libert Amauswa, the current ZINASU national president. I am standing in front of you here. I have a worried and a grave concern over the amendment bill which was proposed by ZANU-PF and gazetted in parliament. That bill doesn't seek to save the will of people. It seeks to consolidate power for those who have been running this country into ashes for the longest since time immemorial. So as ZINASU, we are here to declare, and we have recently declared 90 days of radical action over this amendment bill, which is going to be showcased in the streets, in campuses, in buses, in villages. And number two, we call upon every democratic family, the teachers, the workers, the nurses, those in the military, those serving in the police. Everyone is believing and everyone is aligning that this amendment bill doesn't seek to save the will of the people. If ZANU-PF feels that they enjoy the majority of the people, if they feel that they enjoy the support of the people, they should not run away from the referendum. This bill should be subjected to public debate and referendum. So as ZINASU, I call upon each and every student to mobilize, to be conscious, to educate each other towards the consequences of this 2030 agenda. I thank you.
In Masvingo, opposition youth leader Calvin Muvei has called for United Front to block the Constitutional Amendment Bill. He claims the proposed law seeks to entrench Mr. Mnangagwa's rule by extending his stay in office and consolidating executive power, including changes affecting citizens' right to elect a president. Let's hear him speaking.
Good day, fellow Zimbabweans. It's very saddening to hear about the Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3, which seeks to extend the presidential term limit from 5 to 7 years. Firstly, I want to say, let's say no to Trump. We are having leaders thinking like Judge Adams, focusing on trivial issues. At the moment, our people are languishing in poverty. There is rampant unemployment. But our leaders are choosing to turn a blind eye on those issues and focus on issues that benefit certain individuals who have failed dismally to transform our lives as Zimbabwe. As young people, we must resist this. This is a threat to our future, a threat to democracy. And we are saying no to this bill. As young people, we are going to resist, and we are going to use any necessary means or even unnecessary to resist this, because this is not good for our country. This is not good for our future. I thank you.
Chatunga Bellarmine Mugabe, the young son of former Zimbabwean leader Robert Mugabe, is expected to appear in court on Monday alongside his co-accused. This follows their arrest for the alleged attempted murder of a 23-year-old gardener at the Mugabe family home in Hyde Park, Johannesburg, South Africa. Details surrounding the incident remain unclear, though reports suggest an argument may have preceded the shooting. Authorities are continuing their search for the firearm allegedly used, including draining a muddy swimming pool at the property. Let's get the latest update on the matter.
Remember yesterday they had to thoroughly search a pool using their divers, but we were told that they did not find the gun. Remember, it was late yesterday, and we were told by those who are in the know that that particular pool was dirty, and it was extremely difficult for the members of the South African Police Service to do their search thoroughly. So we were told by our sources that they will come here in numbers so that they can continue to search for that particular gun, because our sources are telling us that even when the two suspects were arrested, including Bellarmine, the son of Robert Mugabe, none of them wanted to cooperate, especially to assist with the police with the whereabouts of this particular gun. But police managed to find cartridges. What we are not sure of how many cartridges were found by the police, but we are told that there were cartridges that were found, and that those particular cartridges are part of evidence of the police. I spoke to some of the senior police officers within SAPS. He told me that, Calvin, it will be easy for police officials to find the type, or to know the type of the gun that was used, because cartridges, according to SAPS, are not the same. So police will come here, and we are expecting them to continue with the search. But we can confirm that Bellarmine Mugabe is being detained at the Bramley police station and is expected to appear on Monday at the Alexandra Magistrate Court.
Chatunga's latest arrest, along with previous runs-in with the police involving him and his elder brother Robert Jr. Mugabe, has sparked concern among some citizens. Critics say their conduct contrasts with that of their sister Bona Mugabe, who has largely avoided controversy. Among those expressing concern is activist Dr. Rufaro Kaseke, who advised the Mugabe brothers and young people in general to avoid drugs and criminal activity. Let's hear him speaking.
Shenaland zvakamira sei. So handiri muri kuona mwana waMugabe uchatunga uyo asunga kuSouth Africa nenyaya yekuti akapfuura Garden Boy, hamene kuti akamupfurirei, and then there's many other allegations ziri kubuda ipapo. Nyaya yangu haisi panyaya yevapana ava, you know, I couldn't care less about vapana vakabvira kudhara vachiputa heji ava totovaziya. Nyaya yangu iri pakuti munoona an idle mind is the devil's workshop. Handika kureva kuti kana uchingogara uchingomuka makuseni ega ega, handika uchiteera mbinga zvinoitwa vapana vaya vainzi imbinga, uchiti vakafamba nemota dzavo dzavanenge vakapiwa dzavasina kumbosenzera, kana kuti vakapinda mabhawa vachitenga mabhodhoro zvavasina kumbosenzera, unenge uchingoti mudhara mbinga. Iwewo wacho unofuti utori neidle mind, kureva kuti musoro wako iworkshop yadevil, kureva kuti devil anenge aita zvaanoda, vaanokusenzesa madiro imomo. Ndio matauro anotavakuru. Saka kana tichitidzidzirai mabasa eshena, it doesn't matter kuti background yakamira. Unonga wakatokura utori bowl uine silver spoon mukanwa chaiko handika. But as long as usinawo chako chaunoita chinokuoccupy every day, musoro mako idehenya, iworkshop yadevil. even though kusina mabasa vamwe vanokutaura kuti alright tinondodzidzira mabasa acho tinoenda mabasa eshena acho mabasa acho tinoawana kupi. Mabasa eshena anocreata ega mabasa. Anditi vanhu veshena vanova they are sought after. Iwo kana uri carpenter wanoti amazi nini ka ndiri kushaya mabasa, unotanga kuveza wega madog kennels uchitengesa, unotanga kuveza wega mpini uchita sei uchitengesa or whatever. Anditi wana unotanga kana uri welder unokwanisa kuwereda wega zvidhori zvako ukatanga kuzvitengesa overseas. Kwakawanda vanotengesa zvidhori zveart overseas zvemetal, zvakawanda zvavanokwanisa kuita because mind yako iri occupied nesomething. Ende kana mind yako yaoccupied nesomething unenge watone principle, unenge wane an attitude of achieving something. So every day you are working towards achieving that thing. Vapana vaya havana chavaita work towards achieving, right? All they are doing is just sitting there working towards achieving absolutely nothing other than kungofamba vachingoputa hedge vachingonzi mbinga. Anditi maona pano. So it's important for you nepauri babu, no matter where you are in life, anditi kuti chaga trades chaga art yako yaunoita. Doesn't matter kuti mabasa eshena, it can be anything, it can be kubika chako chako. Anditi kucheka uswa chako. But that chochi ni chochi chicha occupy mind mako because every time tamba uchifunganizwa kuti how can I propel this thing going forward. Ndipo vanobva tonotanga tonatoti vapana mastupid because funga kuti vapana vakasirwa zita Mugabe anga ari mboko in so many ways, vanhu vanga vakamaka in so many ways, but kune vamwe vanhu vaimufarira. By now funga kuti vapana vakati kana kuti Mugabe plumbers chaiyo dai vachifa nebag. Honestly kana company yekugadzira yezvipikiri chaiyo yomutengesa zvipikiri hardware chaiyo vapana dai uri kufa nebag, dai pasina zvese. Handiri kuona vari kutambisa zita ravakasirwa mudhara whether good or bad. Some say it's good. Mugabe anana akawanda anomu-respect around the world. I meet people around the world vanonga vachita Mugabe was a hero, Mugabe was a hero, whatever. To them it's okay. And those people would respect and support them. Dai vanga vakafunga zvekushandisa zita iroro for the good. Vari kutambisa zita ravakasirwa nemudhara. Ende zvava kuzikava nenyaya dzekuputa heji, dzekutengesa mbanje, dzekupura vanhu, which is very sad. But then again, this can happen to anyone. Whether uri mwana waMugabe kana kuti uri mwasi waMugabe, uri important futi iwo, zita rekumba kwenyu, zita remhuri yenyu really important futi, and you it's your responsibility kuti uphold zita iroro mune zvakanaka, kuti legacy wo yemhuri kwenyu izikanwe nezvinhu zvakaita sei nezvinhu zvakanaka. Anditoona. So dzidzirai mabasa, dzidzirai anything. It doesn't matter kuti chi, you don't have to go to school. I always tell people that anotsvaka mazi emakosi acho toatira tsvaka mumwe munhu anokudzidzisa. Vakawanda vanhu vanoveza mumurukesheni, vakawanda vanhu vanobhirida, vanoda mudhara imbotibatisewo trauro mudhara nimboona kuti kuplasta kunoita sei, chimbotibatisewo sandpaper mudhara nimboita sandpaper motikari pamuri kuita spray paint ndimboona kuti zvinofamba sei, chimbondikupondesewo kuti chakati chinoitwa sei. Handitiona Bagaro, you are depositing positivity mind mako, you are depositing zvinhu zvichatozokubatsirewo mangwana wakatovarayirwa because munhu anongoti hamazi saka ninge dhora rangu radonha ndikutsvaka munhu anonditira dho, wakutorova dhora here, wakutowana kabag and then wakutobuilda kana iri clientele from there. Handitowana. So it's important for me kuti mudzidze kubva kuvanhu vamunenge muchipembedza, munenge muchiemulate apana, muchivati imbinga vakawanda vanenge vachipembedza apana vachiti imbinga, nedzimwewo mboko dzinonzi mbinga dzakazara muZimbabwe nezvinhu zvese angonzi mbinga. Nyangwe madehenya akaita sei asina kana chipanera chaanoziva kubata anenge achingonzi mbinga. Mbinga achinzi mbinga pakuita sei. Dzidzai kuemulate vanhu vanodeposita something in your minds, vanhu vanokuinspire to become better people, vanhu vanokuinspire kuti muziitiro zvinhu zvenyu, muzoita mangwana ndakachiva chakati in my lifetime. Handitoona. Ndiyo nyaya ndinayo panapa. Dzidzirai kuita mabasa eshena. Mukadzidzira kuti mabasa eshena wangu unenge usina time kusora uchipfuurana naGarden Boy because unenge une mainvoice ada kugadzirwa, une macontracts ada kunyorwa, une masuppliers akamirira kukufonera, hauna time kusora uchinetsana naGarden Boy padhini pako kusvika pakumupfuura warohwa neheji. Hauna time iyoyo because unenge uri busy. Same applies with you even pauri baba. Ukangodzidzira kuti mabasa eshena hauna time kusvika uchinetsana nedombo kana kuti because unotoona kuti time yacho nekusvika wakagara pabridge uchirwa dombo unenge usina. Handitoona. Mind yako inenge occupied nezvimwe zvakasiyana siyana. Even though usiri millionaire, but slowly but surely that incremental depositing of ideas into your head, it will come to something. Inopedzera yatokubatsira. Ukazviita for a year, urusina chinhu chindakutochigona zvekudaro ndakutochicommercialize. Handingoona pfana wangu. Saka nyaya yangu iri paShenaland chete idzi dzimwe mboko dzakasirwa dzakamuka dzangone silver spoon mukanwa izvi ndikoko ngavete yavari kuita. But dzidzai kubva kwavari vanhu ivava. semaplies nevana futi even vamwe mapoliticians akawanda wanda tinovaona vachingotenderera kunge mweya yetsvina vachingonzi mbinga munogona kupinda musemugomba iroro pano wangu irori rapinda mupana mukasaitawo something mega chamunobatawo muupenyu wenyu chanoti inde changu chisina mudhara wako mukati dzidzirai mabasa eshena mupana wangu itai something mababata.
In a fresh legal setback for Walter Magaya, the High Court of Zimbabwe has ordered the prophetic healing and deliverance leader to repay US $3 million to an Israel businessman. The court dismissed Magaya's attempt to rely on local exchange control laws to invalidate the debt. The case arose after the businessman alleged that Magaya received funds for a mining partnership that did not materialize. Musician T. Gonzi has been sentenced to 10 months in prison for unlawful possession of illicit drugs and driving without a license. 2 months of the sentence were suspended, meaning he will serve 8 months behind bars. He was also fined US $100 for traffic offenses. Police reportedly recovered dagga and Bronclear syrup. In our sports news, the Zimbabwe women's football team, the Mighty Warriors, will face Zambia women on Sunday in the ongoing COSAFA Women's Championship in South Africa. Yesterday, Zimbabwe beat Eswatini 2-0 while Zambia beat Botswana 3-0. Go Warriors, go! Meanwhile, the Zimbabwe men's cricket team, the Chevrons, beat Sri Lanka by 6 wickets to top their group in the ongoing T20 World Cup finals hosted by India and Sri Lanka. Zimbabwe will now face West Indies in the Super 8 on Monday. In the Europa League matches played yesterday, Brann 0, Bologna 1, Zagreb 1, Genk 3, Fenerbahce 0, Nottingham Forest 3, PAOK 1, Celta Vigo 2, Celtic 1, Stuttgart 4, Panathinaikos 2, Pleasant 2. To conclude our Citizens Movement Radio News, here are the headlines once more. Advocate Chamisa says Mr. Mnangagwa must honor his word on constitutionalism. Ziambe criticized over referendum remarks on Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3. Fozeo calls for 2-day working week in protest against Amendment Bill. The news on CMR English was brought to you by Bernard Stele. Me and the whole team wishes you all a wonderful weekend. Hope you all had a wonderful week. Meet us again next week for another edition of Citizens Movement Radio News. Stay tuned to it, your station of choice, speaking truth to power. Good night to you all.